Hey everyone, it's Alan Brochstein from 420 Investor and New Cannabis Ventures in Houston, Texas. Getting started a little bit early today after what was a great week. It really was a great week. And I think cannabis stocks are doing a lot better. And that's what I've been talking about was going to happen. It's nice to see it playing out. I sent out this is linked in the summary, but the 420 Investor Weekly Review, I sent it out yesterday afternoon, and I want to take a few minutes and talk about the week in cannabis stocks. I sent it out to my subscribers at 420 Investor. And during the week, the only piece of news we had was that President Biden signed that new CBD research bill into law. And I know people were talking about other things like safe banking, but there was nothing, no news really. And so we really had an unusual day yesterday with the S&P 500 under a lot of pressure. It came back almost all the way after the payroll employment report, but our sector exploded higher and we had a great week. I'll talk more about that in a moment. This week, I published 6 things for my subscribers at 420 Investor, which I'm moving to Seeking Alpha, and I'm very excited about that. I'll have more to say about that hopefully in a week. Working out some of the details now. But the 3 newsletters that I put out on Friday afternoon, and I did that yesterday also, but a week ago, I count my week from the close of business on Friday to the close of business on Friday. So I put out those after the close of business, or close of the market, I should say. And so I did publish the 3 on November 25th, the 420 Investor Weekly Review, the 420 Investor Model Portfolio Composition, and the Cannabis Subsector Review, a chart package. I also previewed Organogram's Q4 financials, and I published the 3rd piece for my newsletter, which was entitled Get Ready for a Rebound. Wow, did I have that called right? And then I, of course, published my monthly newsletter also. That was Volume 9, Edition 12. So there haven't been 108, which is what 9 times 12 would be. There have been, the first year was a little shy. I think I had 3 or 4 in that first year, and then 8 more years of 12. So I've done 100 of these newsletters. I take that back. When I was in the hospital, I don't think I did. It's close to 100, right at 100. So this week, I have a focus list that's 31 names, and the news on those 31 names this week was limited. Air Financial had 2 press releases. They began to sell retail adult use cannabis in their Somerville, Massachusetts facility. And they also changed the Garden State Dispensary name in New Jersey, and they're now called Air. So that was a merger that they did, and it's up and running. They have 3 stores there. CEA Industries, they have a unit, Cerna, and unlike the last time, this was a much better press release. They have a new contract in Massachusetts, and they put the value on it at $1.7 million. And I don't think it's like that big a news, but that last press release that they had about a contract win, they didn't say the size or anything. Green Lane announced a strategic partnership in Canada that helps them get into the B2B business. Organogram, as I mentioned earlier, they reported their Q4. They beat expectations for both revenue and adjusted EBITDA. And the stock did really well. It took a couple of days though. Springbig announced a cost reduction plan that's going to have about 23% of their workforce reduced. Trulieve opened up another medical cannabis dispensary in Florida. Tilt Holdings has a client in New York, the Shinnecock Nation tribe of Native Americans, and their client in New York has a product that will be manufactured in Massachusetts now. And then finally, TerrAscend paid down $30 million of its debt in Michigan, and they also opened their 4th cookie store in Michigan. So that was really the news. Not a big news week, and we'll talk more about how this week's going to be really slow. I'll get to that shortly. The market. So I mentioned that the market was really strong this week. And to put it in perspective, remember on September 30th, we closed at 1126, an all-time closing low. And we closed yesterday on the Global Cannabis Stock Index at 1480. That's up 10.7% this week and up 31.4% this quarter. And I was going to tell you about H2. I think we're up in H2. If we're not up, we're about unchanged now. So it was a very strong week for the Global Cannabis Stock Index. And, to put it in perspective, the S&P 500 since September 30th, when it was pretty low, is up 13.5%, and we're up 31.4% since September 30th for the Global Cannabis Stock Index. And the Global Cannabis Stock Index is still down a ton this year, and then it's down now 55% year to date. That's terrible, right? I run some model portfolios, and one of them is a swing trading model portfolio, flying high, and it lost 16.1% in Q3, which was embarrassing to me because it's supposed to always make money. This week, it made 7.1%. So good week, but not as good as the market. And it's gained 24.7%. So that's, about the same. It's recovered its losses from the third quarter in the fourth quarter. And so that's that one. And I have 6 positions now. There, 2 of them are about 10% and 4 of them are about 20%. I'm fully invested. And 420 Opportunity is one of my 2 longer-term focus model portfolios. And it was down 15.2% in Q3. And in Q4, it's, let's see if I can find that. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I didn't write that down. Oh yeah, there it is. It's up 26.6% in Q4. So definitely a better second half than the first half. It's up in the second half. And so's the market now, I think. So 420 Opportunity now has 12 positions, and it is down year to date by less than the Global Cannabis Stock Index. Remember, that's down 55%, but I'm down 49.9%. So I can't really brag about that. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but it's not really standing out in my mind. I'm only 5% better than the market. And that's been, all year I've been long and wrong, basically. So it's not from sitting it out. I haven't sat it out at all. And then 420 Quality is pretty much the exact same right now. It's not always. And it's down 50% year to date. And it's up 25.6% in Q4. It was down 14.8% in Q3. So it's having a better second half. As I had indicated to the world, I thought we would have a better second half. And this week really helped seal that deal. Let me wrap up by telling you that there's really nothing on the calendar for this week. And so stay tuned. I think I'll have something to say about my pending opening to the public of a new service at Seeking Alpha, and I hope to see you there. Take care.